Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of The Hobby Factor. I'm Dapo, and I'm very excited to bring this podcast to life. If you're someone that's passionate about running, cycling, CrossFit, or any other fitness activities that keeps you grounded, this podcast is for you. But this is not just all about hobbies. This is about everything that we do outside of work that gives us energy and brings value to our lives. I'll be sharing my journey, and I'll also be bringing on guests that are very passionate about their hobbies, and we'll be diving deep into how these hobbies and these activities help shape who they are, balance their relationship, and also help make them more productive. It took a while for me to actually discover my hobbies. I would say I played games a lot when I was younger, and as I grew older, was a little bit stuck because I was working a lot and it was about trying to provide for myself. But also, I started realizing that I was getting stuck in this whole corporate culture of just always delivering. I never really had a balanced life. And it wasn't until I would say COVID that things started turning around for me. A friend of mine actually let me borrow one of his bikes. I started finding it very, very fun because it was just a way of getting outside, just doing a physical activity that wasn't very demanding for me, but also gave me a lot of energy when I was done. And this energy was something that I couldn't get from just sitting down and playing video games or just maybe interacting with people. It was kind of like my personal time to myself. And I also saw it as a form of like forced meditation, but in a very, very good way. Because there's nothing that kind of beats the feeling of doing something that you enjoy and kind of being a kid all over again. As I continued to perform this activity over and over and over again, I started realizing that I didn't feel as tense at work anymore. I was actually happier to go back to work every Monday morning, and I had a different approach. I was a lot more positive. I was also able to balance my life because now I had time set for things that really mattered to me. When you do this over a period of time, you start redefining who you are and you start enjoying this activity a lot more. And then it becomes an integral part of your being that you can't necessarily even go a week without doing this. Going through these different phases kind of started helping me shape who I want to be, also creating my family values, also understanding who I am. And all this was done through my hobbies. It increased my performance at work. It helped me balance my life. And also, it gave me clarity as to who I am. And I was able to actually take it a lot further than just my hobbies. The reason why I wanted to share my story is because there are things that have transformed about my life. I've seen happen through me just participating in my hobbies. I would like to also hear some of your stories about how some of your hobbies have helped either made you happier in life, made you free, made you less stressed at work, maybe help with depression or anxiety. So the inspiration behind the hobby factor is when I go outside and I go for a run or a bike, we have a lot of conversation. And a lot of those conversations are very, very insightful. I would say that I have learned more about how to deal with life when I go for runs with folks. There are parts of those conversations that I would say piece together information that I've heard before or that I'm going to hear. And it's so funny how that happens because you never really know what you need until you put yourself out there, talk to other folks, and you guys have this shared experience. And there's something about doing something that you both enjoy. I think it opens up a deeper relationship between you and the person that's participating in that activity. And this leads to conversations that you never expected was going to happen. But from those conversations come really, really good insights about how they deal with issues. We have a way of just absorbing that because we're feeling good. We're very receptive. This is someone that's done something that impacts us. The conversations that we have at that level help solve issues. In our first series, I'll be talking about how hobbies impact every area of our lives, how they keep us grounded, how they help boost productivity, and also help enhance our relationships. So I'll be bringing in guests, runners, cyclists, and people who found something in life that they love and they use that to fuel themselves. So each episode will be a mix of real stories, practical insights, and conversations that hopefully will help inspire you to prioritize your hobbies. And if you feel like you don't have any time for your hobbies, oh, trust me, we're going to talk about that too. So that's all this podcast is about. If you're ready to learn more about how your hobbies can help transform your life, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, if you have a story that you want to share, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put the information in the details below. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.